What's going on, guys? My name is Zuber and my nickname is Zen, so that's usually what I go by. Today I want to discuss with you everything about my SMP procedure, whether you know about SMP or not. So let's start off with like my hair loss. I started losing my hair like 21, 22, and I had like really thick curly hair. It was like medium, like curly and straight in between that. And when I started losing it was thinning right here. Right here started thinning, and then slowly it just spread like a wildfire, and I was noticing in the shower like clumps of hair just coming out, and it was horrible. It was a bad experience. I was in my early 20s, and I decided to just shave it off. But when I shaved it off, it wasn't like one of those liberations where like, oh my God, nice, I'm finally free, I get to shave it off, and I still wasn't happy, and here's the thing about SMP. When you want to explain what SMP is, scalp micropigmentation, the best way I can explain it is that if you have a full head of hair and you shave it off, if you just want to have a shaved look and you had a full head of hair, you'll have this shadow, exactly what I have right here. Especially when you shave your beard. People who have really like heavy facial hair, if you shave it, you'll have a 5 o'clock shadow. So what this does, what SMP does, is it just mimics the hair follicles. So you see on the side of my hair, it's where my hair still grows. So when I shave it, the hair follicles underneath the skin still show. So that's the shadow. So SMP, what it does, it just adds the shadow. And I went for a very like natural hairline. I didn't want a straight, like you see a lot of SMP results, people get like really straight, and that's a big thank you to Ian, because he perfected like a very feathered hairline, a very subtle, soft hairline. So shout out to Ian again. I looked for tons of options. When I was thinning, I found this thing called toppik, and it's like little hair fibers that stick to original hair. It's stick to your original hair, makes it thicker, and I used that for like a year and a half, 2 years, until I didn't have enough hair left to use it. It's good for people who are thinning a little bit and just want some fullness to their hair. And the toppik, I used to see it on my forehead and stuff, and it was just like sweating, and it was a bad experience for me. And at first it was great, but then after that it was done. When I researched, I Googled it, I started reading about it, and then at that point, the biggest company, the one who innovated stuff, was his hair clinic, and that's where I got mine done. My practitioner, Ian, who used to work for them, he owns his own shop now, his own studio, scalp clinic in Houston. But I found out about his through those videos, and I didn't want to go to anybody else, because this is a big procedure for your head. This is it's nothing small. So you want to go to the best practitioner, you want to go to the best clinic, and it's part of your appearance, your aesthetics. You can't just mess around and go to just anybody, right? At that point, I had a consultation done. Ian wasn't there at the time, so I waited a few months before I actually wanted to go down with booking, because when I did the consultation, it wasn't that in depth. They just that's why I love Ian so much, because when I did a consultation with Ian, after all that, we sat and talked for a good amount of time, and he was a cool ass individual. Like, he's really a great guy. He helped me out. He drew my hairline. He told me, he showed me all his pictures and stuff like that, and I just trusted him. And that's one thing in this, when you want to get SMP done, you want to trust the person. I had so much confidence in him, and he didn't let me down. Like, when I finally got it done, I got it done over a few sessions. It just it blew me away, and it's a procedure, so don't expect like instant results. Obviously, this is 2 years out, and it looks as fantastic as when it first got done. I've met so many people that have wanted to get this done. When they see this in person, they instantly pull the trigger, because you can research as much as you want. You can watch videos like mine, right? And you might be like, oh man, that looks good on him. But until you see it in person, you're not gonna go through with it. Only a few people do that, and I think that you should do a hell of a lot of research before you get your SMP done. That's why I recommend my practitioner, not only because he did my head, is because I know how much care he takes in his like art. Like, this guy's an artist, and if you just look, this thing changed my life. Like, I can look in the mirror and I feel good about myself in the mornings. I can I can wear the clothes I wanted. I can, you know, I started wearing a lot of hats pre SMP, you know, and most of my pictures on social media and stuff, like, it's just a pattern of all my pictures started representing me wearing hats, and I hated it. I told myself I was never gonna do that again. And in SMP, like, I still wear hats once or twice, you know, sometimes when I'm lazy and don't want to shave, but other than that, like, I love this look on me. You know, it changed everything. Like pre SMP pictures, you can see like this whole part was just skin, and this frames your face once you have this. If you guys want to know anything about this procedure, if you want questions, if you want to meet me in person, I'm available. Number one person I'd recommend is Ian from Scalp Clinic in Houston. Thank you so much. You've changed my life, dude. It's, if you're on the fence about getting this, meet with me or just book with Ian, because like I changed my life. Like, I feel good about myself. You know, it's not that I didn't feel good about myself, but this just like boosted my confidence so much. It just literally changed everything.